pool cover, these concrete tiles that are covering this thing. Jimmy's working on doing a major cleanup up at the house after the storm, raking the leaves, sweeping the mud, just cleaning everything up. There's a bunch of big mess up there. And then he did a major cleanup down here. He's still got to do some sweeping and stuff, but he cleaned off the pool cover, cleaned up all this stuff for the most part. And he's going to come back in here and sweep this after I'm done. After I'm done making a big mess. But anyway, I have to notch the underside of these. You can see the yellow there. I got to notch that so it fits over this little bridge thing they built. I already did this one. It goes into about here. So I notched the underneath of it, and this one turned out good, nice and solid. And so I'll do the same with this. I got to take about an inch out here and 3/4 of an inch over here. And the rest of these are pretty good. I walk through here. You can hear that one. That's it right there. I gotta fix that. Which I'll just flip it over, put some epoxy down on the bracket, and then put it back. And that'll float in there and harden up. We put duct tape over the epoxy so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the concrete. But anyway, it just takes out a little bit of that slop right there. Other than that, they're pretty good. Pretty solid. And they look good. And then I got one I got to work on over in that corner. That back corner is messed up. So that was the thing that it turned out that nobody was taking responsibility for that. So apparently that was our job to do. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing right now, and then I will get this place all cleaned up for Thursday. The electrician is coming for sure. I'm trying to get the plumber out here. Not so much for anything he needs to see, but he needs to meet with the electrician and fix that pressure tank up there at the water tank. And then the pool cover guys, I got a hold of Pete, and he finally heard back from them, and they're saying they left him some long message. I have it in text. What they said to him, which was something about the way it rolls up on the spool. Every time you roll it up, it's a little bit different, so it closes a little bit different. But I'm just, you know, I'm not buying it. That wasn't the problem. The problem was that sometimes it won't close. It gets hung up and stops. And then the other thing is when I close it, you can see how, and now this side isn't closed. And that side's tight. Usually that side's out and this side's tight, or there's just a gap in the middle. But anyway, not real happy with the way they responded, but basically they told Pete they could send somebody out on a service call, which I guess that means they charge us to go over this stuff with us. And they said he called too early because this thing is it's supposed to be adjusted after about 3 months or something. But it's not the adjustment; it's the fact that this thing's bent wrong. And anyway, Pete's having he's having them come out on the 25th. That's the only date that they and Pete could both be here. I want him to be here because they're just not listening to me. So I want to make sure he's here so he knows what's going on. And yeah, so anyway, so they're coming out on the 25th and at 9:30, so we will meet then. But they said something about it just being a long pull, that it's just that it not wanting to close. Every third time you close it, it doesn't close, you know, it stops, it gets hung up. and basically we kind of got to live with that. And I just told them that was unacceptable, and that's just not right. I mean, I guarantee you when they're selling these things, they're not telling people, yeah, it's, you know, every third time it's probably not going to close for you. So anyway, so I'll let you know how that goes. I think that's about it for today.